Hello everyone, my name's Vox, and an 8th grade metal band gets a $1.7 million record contract with Sony. NeverSoft burns their eye on a stick effigy and says goodbye for good. Lots of Pokemon OR and AS news. And LG introduces an 18-inch flexible OLED display that can roll up to a 3cm radius.
All that and more in this week's Rehash Review, your weekly geeky news rehashed with a side of epic voice.
An 8th grade metal band filled with black people, which is kind of awesome for the metal scene, called Unlocking Truth, full of 13-year-olds and 12-year-olds, just got a $1.7 million record deal with Sony. Because of their age, the Supreme Court actually had to approve the record deal, which they did. This would be a 6-record contract, and initially they would get a $60,000 upfront advance on their first LP with a potential for a $350,000 upfront advance on their second album. And this would expand to 6 albums, presumably covering the $1.7 million. This is just absolutely crazy, especially given their ages. Their parents and them have already said that school comes first and such, but that's still awesome. And why not? Why not let kids into the music industry? I don't know. I think it's pretty cool, and it's a great way to get a lot more variety into the metal scene and into the mainstream music scene. And so I'm looking forward to what comes from it. Employees of developing house NeverSoft said goodbye for the final time as they burned their effigy of their famous eyeball on a stick logo recently. NeverSoft, of course, developed the series I have a lot of nostalgia for, and that's the original Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. They later got to work on the Guitar Hero franchise, and they're now merging into Infinity Ward, presumably to work on Call of Duty titles, which is kind of interesting. They've already helped out, I believe they helped out with one of the Modern Warfare games, but they said goodbye for the final time as NeverSoft and burned the eyeball on a stick, and NeverSoft is no more. It's kind of sad for me because I still have huge nostalgia for the NeverSoft logo coming up and then the stick falling through the eyeball and all that. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 was a game I put a lot of time into when I was younger. However, this isn't necessarily bad. The employees are, of course, getting further jobs working within Infinity Ward and elsewhere in Activision, so they're just kind of being dissolved into the machine. LG has introduced a concept for an 18-inch 1200 by 810 resolution OLED panel that's transparent and flexible. They said you can roll it up to a to a radius of just 3 centimeters without it affecting what's shown on the screen. And that they finally basically mastered the ability to make a transparent panel that still displays things properly. This is really cool and has huge implications for the future, not necessarily with that specific panel, but with panels in the future. They have said that they're confident that by 2017 they will have developed a flexible, transparent OLED panel that is 4K Ultra HD and can be bigger than 60 inches. And that's just crazy. We're gonna start seeing, I mean, assuming they're correct, they do get to develop that and it gets implemented, we're gonna start seeing huge display panels on pretty much anything and everything. And if it's getting bigger than 60 inches, hell, they could put it on the sides of buildings and have just ginormous building displays everywhere. And to me, the implications come in for small technology, because this means we can now have pretty interesting, not necessarily touchscreen, they haven't got that worked out, but just high resolution displays on just about any everyday object. So the sides of anything and everything can start having displays, and that's awesome. So be ready for, without it having bulky monitors, screens on your fridges and on your toasters, maybe, especially with the Internet of Things coming together. Different topic for later though. In the Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire news set, we have quite a bit that have come out recently. I'm just gonna kind of touch on it as you've probably heard from it elsewhere, but I'm excited and I want to discuss it. Mega Metagross, Steven is gonna have him. It's gonna be awesome. He gets a huge speed stat and then also gets attack and defense buffed, and it's very much primed for attack and defense builds. And it looks really cool with the 4 arms and things like that. And apparently Steven's using a Mega Stick Pin, with a keystone, which is another way to get Mega Evolution in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and that's going to be introduced to the game, so that's an entirely different part of Mega Evolution introduced. We get the super secret bases. The secret bases from the original Ruby and Sapphire are back, except now you get to do all kinds of crazy things with them. You get to set them up to basically be Pokemon gyms, and you can be a gym leader like your own, like most of us probably all wanted at some point. Battle your friends, use the street pass, play capture the flag between you and your friends' bases. Crazy awesome stuff. And then finally we get Pikachu cosplaying as part of the contest scene. So far we know of Rockstar Pikachu, Belle, which is just like a little farmer girl Pikachu, like from Toy Story, Popstar Pikachu, PhD Pikachu, which is a Pikachu in a lab coat with a graduation hat, and Libre Pikachu, which is a Lucha Libre masked wrestler Pikachu. And I don't know, but whatever. Some people will like it, but to me the important part was that those indirectly confirmed that Pokemon Ami will be back for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I can never say that right, because all of the screenshots of those Pikachus were in Pokemon Ami. That was really quick. I just wanted to share my thoughts on some of the recent news with you guys and touch on the Pokemon news. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Rehash, and leave your feedback and comment in the comment section, comment below. Yeah, something. And make sure you go ahead and hit subscribe and like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and oddly enough, +1ing us on Google Plus helps us out more than you think, just about as much as subscribing on YouTube. So if you have time, we've got a little G+ badge on the channel page. Go ahead and click +1 on our Google Plus page. Helps us out a ton. And I will see you on the next episode. Thank you for watching. My name's been Adam, or Epos Fox, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching Epos and Chew. Let's play together. If you enjoyed the video, consider clicking on the screen to subscribe now. To watch another video, click one of the video annotations on the screen above. Links are also provided to our website, Twitter, and Facebook pages. See you next time.